when it comes to trading, experience, I would say that technique is represents approximately, I would say, 75% of your development. I would say 75% of your path, 75% of your development, 75% of your progress is going to be determined by your experience, which means that you need to make sure that you are accumulating the right experience, because the wrong experience takes you in the other direction. So experience obviously is one of the most important things. And some of you who follow, wow, we're having a big storm out here, guys. But some of you who followed my work for even a little bit of time, you understand what I'm constantly reminding you of. You'll recall what I constantly remind you of. Your success as a trader, as a market participant, as a speculator, your success is on the other side of experience. It is not before you become experienced. And this is something that a lot of novices are unconsciously searching for. They're searching for and looking for the possibility of becoming really good before they become experienced. It does not work that way. You have to actually become experienced before mastery is possible. Mastery is on the other side of experience. This is pretty much the case with anything else in life, right? All right. You can't be a master golfer before you've become an experienced golfer. All right. You can't be a master anything unless you put time in to acquire a certain amount of experience. And that experience needs to be the right experience. Okay? And so, what most people are unconsciously doing, people, when they join a program or pay a mentor or take a course, what many people are trying to do is cheat this truth. They unconsciously and some consciously, but most unconsciously think that they are actually purchasing their right to bypass experience. They're really looking for a cheat code. I want to be able to jump over the time necessary, to bypass the time necessary to become experienced myself. I'm going to purchase the experience, and that cannot be done. You can't purchase experience, and no one else can give you experience. They can give you knowledge, they can give you information, they can even help you curtail the amount of time that it takes to acquire your experience. But no one on earth can give you experience, which is 75% of what you need to become a master trader. Remember this. I would write this down. Your success is on the other side of your experience. It is not in front of it. Any success that you experience before you become truly experienced, we have a word for that. That's called luck. But we don't want luck. I don't want to win because I'm lucky. I want to win because I want to win because I know. I want to win because I've earned it. I want to win because I am a master. I want to win because I am skilled. I do not want to win simply because I got lucky. Do you understand? And so, yes, when you present that question to me, is my path more impacted by experience or luck? Of course, is experience. Now, this does not mean that luck plays no role. Oh, yes, luck plays a role. And I would say that it's relative to the role experience plays is small, but it is not terribly insignificant, the role that luck plays. You see, if 75% of your journey is dependent on your experience, the quality, the type of experience you're getting, the order of that experience, you can get all these things wrong. You can get the wrong type of experience and go backwards. You can get the wrong, you can get the wrong, you can get the right experience, but at the wrong time. That's also bad. Okay. I have a story about that, by the way. And, but the right experience is, if the right experience is 75% of your progress, your journey toward becoming a master, 15%, 15%, right? I would say 15 to 20% is going to be technique, the right technique, a sound technique, a well-designed approach, well-defined strategies. This is the technical part of trading. It is your profit-taking rules. It's your entry method. It's your choosing the right specific event at the right location and having the right protective system in place just in case your trades go wrong, knowing when and where and how to adjust your initial stop upward and along, not doing that too quickly, not doing that too late, knowing when taking everything out of the trade and leaving is the best option versus taking a portion of your profits out of the trade and letting it run. All of that is technique. All of that is strategy. That is 15 to 20% of your journey. So 75% is experience. 15 to 20% is technique. The rest is luck. That's right, the rest is luck. Let me tell you how luck can come into play here. 5 to 10% of your journey is luck. Some people just happen to discover Oliver Velez in the beginning of their journey. I'm sorry if that sounds egotistical, but those people are lucky. I'm not trying to be funny here, and I know it sounds somewhat egotistical, but it's true. I'm sorry. There are a lot of dead ends in this industry. There's a lot of sound and fury signifying nothing at the end of the day. There's a lot of paths that lead to nowhere. Do you understand? And there are people that I think I'm interested in trading, and boom, the first person they get is me. That's lucky. I'm sorry how that sounds, guys, but it's lucky. Some people actually manage to start their journey in a very bad market environment. They're lucky. Oh, yes. Starting your journey in a bad market environment, you are lucky. Starting your journey in an amazing market environment that is very forgiving, like a tide raises all the boats, the leaky ones, the dirty ones, the sloppily built ones, it doesn't matter. All the boats get risen because this is the market environment is raising all the boats. They're not so lucky. That's the last market environment you want to start cutting your virgin teeth on. Do you understand? Those traders have the hardest time ever gaining mastery because how you start is so important. Some traders are fortunate enough, more lucky than others, to just be bad up front. Guys, look, there are traders that are good right out of the bat. They know nothing, they have no experience, they have no skill, but they're just winning. That's not lucky. That type of trader who experiences that out of the blocks as a baby, without skill, without experience, without strategy, without technique, without anything good under his belt, but he's winning, this is what you do. Because that is what that trader will need. Most of those traders never make it, ever. The ones that start off like that. So some traders are just a little more lucky that they start off bad. They start off sucking. That's lucky. That's lucky. So there are certain things that you don't really have any control over. That's the lucky part. What's another thing that might suggest you're lucky? You start in a certain market environment. Oh, I already did that. Certain market environment where, yeah, it's just a bad, sloppy market environment. And that's how you initially start cutting your teeth. That's lucky. Because if you can survive that, gain some experience with that, and not blow up, not get eliminated, not get removed by the market, when the good times come, it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. My father used to always say, Oliver, if you want a very easy, beautiful life in the future, choose the hard thing now. He used to tell me this. And I used to say, well, Dad, what do you mean? He's like, every single decision in your life for the foreseeable future, Oliver, you're going to have choices. You do this or do that. Whichever is the hardest one, choose that one. Whatever decision that life presents you, you're going to have options. Whichever option is the most difficult of the ones that you have available, every single time, choose the hard one. And he says, son, I will guarantee you that later in life, because you chose hard every single time now, later in life, life is a balance. The easy and the beautiful comes later. Then he would say, but Oliver, if you want the hardest life you can imagine, if you want a life filled with misery and heartbreak and disappointment and depression, if you want a life like that, every single time you have a choice now, choose the easy path, the easy route, the easy option. And he says, Oliver, if you do that every single time, I guarantee you, you will die miserable. He used to scare the freaking daylights out of me. Do you understand? He used to spook me with that shit. So I made sure that most of my young life, man, I chose the hard thing. I chose the hardest courses in school. When I went to the military, everyone said, oh, Oliver, the Marines is the toughest. I chose the Marines. Every single choice, I chose the hardest route because my dad freaking scared the living daylights out of me with that. And I have to say that it worked. It seemed like it worked, you know? So my point is that life is almost like a seesaw, right? If you press the hard, if you deal with the hard now, like a seesaw, you lift the good. If you lose your life now, you gain your life later. If you squat now, the leap is after the squat. Do you understand? If you step back and then leap forward, the leap forward is next after the step back. So you want the bad first. You want to lose first. You want the hard first. Do you understand? You don't want that later. You don't want the easy first. You don't want the winning first. You do not want the winning first, because if that's the first one you're pressing, then what's next? All the losing. And life seems to favor the loss first in everything. It's all around us. Do you understand? You lose time gaining experience. That is time that you're not winning. That is time that you're not making money in this game. You're losing your time. You're not really losing it. You're gaining experience, but in a way, you're spending time, which means that that's time you can't ever get back. But that loss of your time later leads to mastery, because your mastery is on the other side of that time that's dedicated to building the right experience.